Assalamu alaikum guys. Today in this short video lecture I would like to guide you for basic knowledge for civil engineers. This is part 5. If you didn't watch part 4, 3rd, 2nd and 1st, so the link is in the description of this video. So let's get started guys. The first one is guys, slope of staircase shall not be exceed 40 degree. As you can see guys, this is stair, this is a wall. And you can see guys, this is landing. Here guys, you will see, as you can see guys, the riser and trades, okay. So this is a stair. So this angle, as you can see, this one, okay. So this angle should not be exceed from 40 degrees. So it should be between 25 to 40 degree. Okay, so it should not be exceed 40 degree, otherwise it is not for so you cannot use this kind of staircase, especially for residential building, for hospital, etc. Okay, so the slope of stair shall not be exceed 40 degree. It should be between 25 to 40 degree. The second one is guys, minimum width of stair is 2 feet. Guys, you can see here, this is stair width, okay. So it should not be less than this one. So this width of the stair should not be less than 2 feet. It should be minimum 2 feet. Okay. You can take maximum, but the minimum should not be less than 2 feet. Otherwise, you cannot use this kind of staircase. Okay. Because width is very small, which is 2 feet. Okay. The next one is guys, the third one. Used 8 mm die of steel rod for stirrups if the dia is 16 mm in longitudinal bars. Guys, you can see if that is beam or column, suppose these are this is a beam, okay, so these are stirrups. So if the longitudinal bars, which is 16 mm, so here the stirrup dia should not be less than 8 mm in the case of 16 mm. So if this dia is 12 mm or 14 mm, so you can use 6 mm. Okay. But in the case of 16 mm longitudinal bars, if that is column beam, so the stirrup dia should not be less than 8 mm. Okay. The next one is guys, longitudinal bars should not be less than 0.8% and more than 6% of cross-sectional area of beam and column. Guys, you can see this is the cross-sectional area of beam. Suppose the depth is 12 inches and the width is 9 inches. Okay, so this is cross-sectional area of beam. So if this is column, suppose this is S is 9 inches. Okay, so this is cross-sectional area of B column. Okay, so when you want to use the steel reinforcement from ACI, okay, so from IS Indian standard codes, okay, so you cannot use minimum or lesser than this 0.8% of cross-sectional area of beam and column, and not more than 6% of cross-sectional area of beam and column. So you cannot exceed from this, and you cannot use the minimum of this, right? The fifth one is guys, column reinforcement diameter should not be less than 12 mm. In beam and column, you are not able to use 12 mm die of steel rod. Otherwise, you will face the problem because you used minimum 12 mm die of steel rod for beam and column, but in slab you can use 10 mm, no problem, if that is a residential building. Okay, so this is the minimum dia of RCC column, which is 12 mm. So don't use less than this. The sixth one is guys, you can see clearly here, the column size should not be less than 9 by 12 inches for 2-story residential building. Okay, normally people are using 9 by 9 inches, but if you want to save yourself and you put the factor of safety, so in that case you can use 9 by 12 inches size of column. Okay, or you can say that 22 by 30 centimeter the column size. Okay. The seventh one is guys, depth of the footing is 1 meter for normal residential building. Guys, you can see this is footing. Okay, so the depth of the footing should not be less than, this is footing depth. Okay, so this depth of the footing should not be less than 1 meter depth. Okay, For normal residential building, it should be minimum. You can say so normal, you can't say minimum. So the other one is, guys, the last one, which is raft foundation. Okay, so raft foundation is used for low bearing capacity of soil. If the bearing capacity of soil is low, so in that case, if that is a normal residential building, if that is commercial building, or for any type of structure, so you can provide the raft foundation in the case of low bearing capacity of soil. Low bearing capacity of soil, if we have different types of soil, so sometimes some soil is not able to support the structure load of the building, so in that case we will use the raft foundation. Okay, so we will excavate the entire place or the entire area on that we are making construction. So hope this short video can help you. Thanks for watching. See you in next video. Goodbye.